Alright everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode. Today I'm going to be showing you how to tie a woolly bugger for steelhead. So, what you're going to need first is some materials. You're going to need any color of your choosing, marabou, some hackle, and then chenille. I either like to use the medium or large size. A little bit of flash. This is called Cabela's Olive Pearl. Name brand's Flashaboo, so I just usually call it Flashaboo even though it's Cabela's name brand. Bead, hook, and some bead pegs. These bead pegs are optional, and I'm going to show you why in just a second. So let's get into tying right now. There we go. Alright, so first thing you're going to want to do is take your bobbin, put some thread on there, usually match what colors you're doing. I got some chartreuse right here since I'm using these chartreuse heads. So this is 210 thread right here, and the higher the count of the thread, the stronger it is. So when I'm fishing for steelhead, I like to use stronger threads since they can thrash around a lot, and you don't want your feathers coming untied. So I got that. First thing you're going to want to do is start a base on your hook. Just like that. Then wrap it back up. And then cut the tag end. And then what you're going to want to do is, this is where the optional bead peg part comes into play. So as you can see right here, I'm using a 90-degree angle hook right here, and so I want it to be level in the water, so I'm going to use the bead peg to tie it on like this. If you were using a normal streamer hook like this, you could just thread the bead right onto the hook point and it would stand right up here. So I'm not using the streamer hook right now, so what you're going to want to do is, since this wire is too long for the hook shaft right here, I want to measure it out and pinch it there. And then once you have it pinched, you're going to want to get a pair of pliers. They usually have some wire cutters on them. And then right here, and then you're going to want to cut the wire. Do it off camera real quick. So then you're going to have a size just like that. And then you're going to want to tie it onto the hook. Oops. Just like that. Nice and secure. And then leave your bobbin hanging. Take your marabou feather and then just pluck off the straggly hairs from here. So the hairs at the bottom, they should be a little harder, and the ones up here are a little bit thinner. So you want to get rid of those hairs. Cut the stem off. Throw that in the trash. And get the stem exposed a little bit. Once you have the stem, you're going to want to lay it right about there. And then tie it, tie it in securely. Leave it right about there. If you wanted to, you could leave it like this. But what I like doing is, this would be probably easier with a pair of hackle pliers. You take the tip of it, and you're going to want to brush back the feathers, and then move it. Keep wrapping it around. Just like that. So keep brushing back. keep wrapping it around. Move your thread a little forward if you need to. Just keep wrapping it around as you brush it forward. Just like that. Then you're going to take it, separate it, and then wrap that around your thread once, twice. Once it's around there twice, brush everything forward, and then secure it. Just like that. And then you're going to take your scissors again, find this little piece right up here, and then cut it right at the base, just like that. Put the feathers to the side, and if you need to, just pick it out a little bit, brush it forward, pick it out. Alright, so we've got the tail of it done. Then we're going to grab our chenille, and what you're going to want to do is take a little bit of it and tie it in at the base of the marabou. And then after that, you want to take it, put it to this side of the jig, and then you're going to want to take a piece of your hackle, do the same thing with the marabou. Get in focus. You're going to want to take off these bottom hairs right here, just pluck them off. Just like that. Cut it so a little bit of the stem is exposed. And then you're going to want to tie this in nice and tight. Move it all the way to the bead. Alright, once you got the hackle in, right there, you're going to want to take your chenille and then start wrapping it around the body. Once you get to the head of the bead, wrap your thread around it. I like to go maybe 2 times. Secure it. Then cut it off. So we got that. And then to make the body a little thicker, we still have our hackle right back here. What you're going to want to do, same thing as a marabou, brush it back and move it along the body until you get to the bead head. Oops. That's why the hackle pliers come in handy, because if your fingers slip, it won't go off. Then same thing, wrap it around the thread, tie it in, brush it all forward, give it a few more wraps. And then what you're going to want to do is use your whip finish tool. I don't have one, so I just use my hands. Give it a 4 or 5 turns. Just like that. Cut the hackle off. Cut the thread. And then, if you wanted to, I sometimes like making the body a little bit shorter. Just like that. So you could just trim it up to whatever length you like. Usually I'll keep it a little bigger if the water's on the murky side, and cut it down if it's a little on the clear side. And then also, the other optional thing was with this, the Flashabou, you could have tied it in right when you did your marabou, but I didn't go for any mesh for any Flashabou right now, so it's looking good. It might not be the prettiest looking woolly bugger, but definitely gets the job done. I catch them on this all the time, so hopefully this could help you guys catch some more fish. And yeah, that's going to be it for the video, so we'll see you guys in the next episode.